All right, not much time before work, no intro, no nothing. We're working the graveyard shift. Like I said, it's best ball on call. We're going to be doing it round the clock. You want to jump in, you're going to have to like and sub. Turn on your notification bell. You want to get in these drafts with me. Be running a 20-second puppy now. I'm waiting on 3 people. That is all I can do when I have minimal time working roughly, I don't know, 55, 60 hours a week currently. Tough times trying to get up in these streets, especially with the video camera. And do what I can for you guys, though. See if I can get them in from time to time. As far as news yesterday, we had George Pickens get traded to the Cowboys. I think it was a late round pick swap and a third from the from the Cowboys to the Steelers. And Gabe Davis was released by the Jags. Those are the only ones I saw. If there was something else outside of that you guys are aware of that I'm not, let me know. Green tea to start the day. If I get into cup number 2, I'll give you guys an ASMR tea pour from the thermos. Not as good as Pete's coffee pour, but I'm doing what I can over here. You can hear the birds chirping outside. It's wake up time. Well, for some people. Some people don't get up until about noon. I can't do that though. That's not your boy. So I'm usually in bed by like 9 or 10 o'clock though. Candyman be streaming. I'll be nodding off, watching his stream. He's been doing some good stuff over there with the explosivity ratings of players and whatnot, things like that. Check him out over at the Fantasy Football Garage. One of my favorite late night programs to check out. Oh, you guys probably can't see that, huh? I might have to move that up. Let me think about that. I wonder if I can. Well, that was a fumble fuck, huh? Let's put that up there and there. Now you can see the overlay. If I don't make it too big, you can actually see the right there might work. Such a fine line playing with that overlay. Okay, there you go. That seems like it should work. Waiting on one for a 20-second puppy. Tell you what, once you start playing with the overlays and stuff, you give a lot more credit to people that set it up and are doing it all the time. Pete and Davis and stuff like that. Probably an easy thing once you have it set up, but it's some patience getting it there, I'm sure. One more 20-second puppy. You guys are killing me. Come on, it's 20-second. Maybe I should have done it. Well, I don't know. 30-second might take longer to fill. Always a fine line when you're crunched for time. And we're going to be drafting here. See if we got anybody we know in here. Al Boogie's in the 3 hole. Al, if you're in the chat, hit me up. I don't know if you see it or not. You might just be auto drafting at this hour. Anybody else in there? That's the only one I think I see. I'm always torn. Do you guys want the board? I suppose you can see it there for half. That's actually not in a bad spot where you can see all 12. I can go back and forth like that. That's fine. Good enough for me. I haven't moved CD back down yet. I don't know if I'll take him there. Probably bump the running backs back above and put him back where he was. You could also make a case to keep him up there, I guess. I mean, who does Dallas have in their backfield that scares you? That's getting the volume of the work over there. These must be. I must have had Justin Jefferson. How did they get to 74? I guess there could be a Schnauzer in there somewhere. I was trying maybe 2 BBMs. Trying to figure out with these player exposures what I was at and where. We'll be on the turnover here, so we'll be waiting a minute. I'll give you guys the board until we get there. Jamar Chase, Saquon 1, 2. Ashton Genty's been making it up into the first round. bigger. That seems better there. Must have had Dak up there from a draft I did in the morning. There we go. No players drafted yet. Overlay update for anyone using it. I think it was yesterday morning. Not 100% sure, but I just noticed it last night. Try to keep everyone in the know. CD Lamb stays at 5 there. I was curious where he would go. I feel like Pickens is going to get parked somewhere in the middle, tethered to CD. People have been talking about that. Same way that like Travis Hunter ends up over here matching up with BTJ a lot of times. Starting to see some of that now that you have the information complete. People are the board's starting to become until the schedule comes out. That's why I wanted to do a couple more of these before that. Puka Amon-Ra. Who do we get at the turn? Nico Collins there. Sure. BTJ CMC seems good enough for me. I'm going to do that right now. CMC or Brock Bowers. Drake London. No, I'm just going to take McCaffrey before he gets up into the first round. I feel, well, I guess this time box, I could get away with that, whatever. So people I can look at, I could. Travis Hunter will go pretty quick. Really the only one I'd be interested in. I mean, it's going to be around the turn somewhere. Seems like where he's parked. What, 39 is his ADP now? So it'll be there if you want him. Probably the only thing I'm interested in queuing up right now, so I don't forget. Brock Bowers, a little bit of a slide there. I wonder if... Okay, apparently that was working, which could be a good thing for the future of the stream. Brock Bowers to 16. Ashton Jeanty, Derrick Henry start. I don't know how common it would be. I guess maybe if Jeanty got bumped up. I was thinking you could get down to turn a lot if you wanted it. Might be better in the middle of the room, though. This is what I meant to have this up here for. Hopefully that interferes a whole lot less with the microphone. I noticed before when I did that, it would feed back in there. But if I can remember to move it, seems a lot better. Ladd McConkey, T. Higgins, usual suspects here in the middle of the second. I wonder if we'll get any more, how much more relevant information we'll get during this contest. I mean, there's 150 max, so people have some time. I don't know how much more I'll be doing a smaller contest. I might just stream exclusively BBMs, depending on when I can do them. If I can ever get from working less than the job of 3 people, it'd be great. Saquon, Josh Jacobs over here from the 2 hole. And T. Higgins back here. So it seems like the running backs are all right in here, a lot of them, because we forced receiver at this end. I've been taking more McCaffrey. I mean, nothing but good news lately for him. I mean, the guy that was 101 last year before he got hurt. A couple of these guys, like I feel like Tyreek, yeah, it's a lot of Dolphins fear going on right now, but if Tyreek's Tyreek or you can win that another way if he gets traded. Rashee Rice moving up. He might make it all the way to second by the time it's all said and done. Marv been moving up. It seems like, I wonder if people are going to start pulling up Trey and trying to stack Marv with him and just get Kyler because of that consolidated target tree. Something to keep in mind. Do I take Travis Hunter is the question. And if I do, let's see as far as Jacksonville. Don't like that necessarily, do I? What about the 49ers? I might be pushing QB here. As ugly as that sounds, we'll see what it looks like when it gets here. I hate not taking an elite on the turn. But I don't know that I can really afford one here. Seeing who's here. Could push him around. Travis Hunter will be one. Let's think about the other one. Do I want Tet or do I want one of the elite quarterbacks? That's my thought process currently. We'll just take Travis Hunter because it don't matter there. And then it's going to be one of those. Josh Allen. Yeah, let's take Tet. We'll send the elite. I play too much on the elite quarterback on this side of the room. We'll go over there. So we're BTJ, Travis Hunter, Tet, and Christian McCaffrey. Gonna send the elites down. We'll give somebody a deal if they. I mean, they're probably not going to go past 40. I wouldn't think. We'll see. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's probably accurate. Or entirely inaccurate. All right, we're having some fun with the elites. Send them to the middle of the board. Finished one of my my first cup of tea. I'll see if I can get you some ASMR in a second. I don't know how well that sounded for you guys. I might have to adjust that. I'll listen to it later and see how it was. Josh Allen makes it to 40. Cortland Sutton at 41. This guy here with the Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown stack. Let's see if probably push Hurts all the way back. Terry and Jaden Daniels seems like it's a lot more common now than it used to be. I like Josh Allen, pairing him there with Amon-Ra. Lions have where are we at here? No, they don't. I thought they had a matchup with Buffalo. That was last year. Making stuff in my head. Can't wait for the new schedule to come out. Lamar gets to 44. That's a good combo there. So if you could get Lamar and Dak, I would think you'd target Pickens here if you made it back here. In the event that he's interested in that sort of thing, I'm going to refresh this so I get my overlay up. And I guess I should get in the queue before I forget. Rice and Trev. And just leave them in there. I ain't going to auto them, but I'll keep them in there before I forget. Nah, too early. I don't want to accidentally forget about them. Do this in a little bit. See what's going on. Back to the board if you guys want to see it. Started out BTJ, CMC, Travis Hunter, Tet McMillan from the turn, 12 spot. DK does not make it back to the CD Land drafter. That's why I was wondering. I wonder if DK is going to get up here into the 4th. If that's what we're doing. If that's going to be our thing. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where is he going to? He's going to be tied to Dak somewhere. Is it going to be in the 4th or the 5th? Starting to look like the 4th. Or Pickens, I mean, not Metcalf. Just before CD, doesn't let him get there. Interesting. That's the one I was thinking. Want to see where he's going to be. Might stay in the 5th then, huh? Calvin Ridley was kind of hoping he'd get back. Didn't figure it would happen. The Hurts drafter might get him all the way back here. Wow, what a fall. That's a good team if that. And the Allen drafters, he shouldn't take him here. Might get a good running back here, though, huh? He does get his Hurts to come back because that guy takes Chuba Hubbard. What a stack that is early, huh? Do I like Travion there? Is that too much of a fall for a Dunze? I think so. A Dunze Olave, a Dunze Travion Henderson. Yeah, let's have some fun here. A Dunze. Yeah, that's fine for me. Travion Henderson. 0240 through 6. We're not behind a wide receiver. I'm into a couple different games I can play there. I'll get back to the board for you guys. Wouldn't have hated RJ Harvey there, but got some other ideas what I could do here. Guess what I could do at this point is probably this. See if there's any better for you guys. Might be. I can just leave that up. I can go over here and do my stuff that I need to do. Get some of my quarterbacks in the queue and see where they're going to fall. Or see where I'm going to be, because I'm on a turn, so I'm going to have to make a decision when I go after the quarterbacks. And I know they're going to be in a similar range, so I'm going to be picking one or the other. That's what it feels like. So I'm going to have Caleb, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young. Bryce will be later, so that's kind of good. I guess I could throw Brock Purdy in there if I have to have a quarterback, because he'll stack with CMC in the game. So we're looking at potential outs at quarterback. Caleb, Drake May, if I would, probably not, because it almost seems negatively correlated with Travion. I guess, still in the passing game some. Then we got Brock Purdy, Trev for a double stack. I would think I'm going to prioritize Trev and probably Bryce Young. Seems to make the most sense with what we're doing. Caleb, I just figured I'd get into the Bears offense, get a piece of it that way. If Ben Johnson's the whisperer that he's supposed to be, then any parts of the Bears offense are going to be good. But he did also draft, Colson Loveland and Luther Burden in the second. Luther Burden in the second round. So there's going to be a lot of moving pieces. I feel like that might be like the 49ers this year, where there's a lot of parts, or what was it last year? The Packers, where we couldn't figure out who was going to be who. Making good time. I'm still going to be work at a decent hour. If you're watching this, you like the content, either while it's live or after the fact, do me a favor, throw a like on the video. If you enjoyed, if you want to draft with me, sub to the channel. I don't know when I'll be doing them. You don't know when I'll be doing them, but if you turn the notification bell on, you definitely will. We get Judy and Diggs, Khalil Shakir, Pearsall in the middle of this round. Any Debo goes there. No, he didn't stack with the Jaden Daniels. He passed on him. Juwan Jennings goes there. There's the Air 49ers I was looking for. Oh, this is interesting here, huh? By ADP, I get some running backs. Don't think I want a quarterback yet. Let's have some fun with this, right? From where we're at over here, we'll take Luther Burden with one. Do I want to pull Caleb up is the question. To just take the anti-DJ Moore play? That could be fun, huh? I don't think I'm going to do it yet, though. Did I get it there in time? I hope I did. All right, give me Hawkinson at 85. I'm going to push Caleb. DJ Moore wants him. You can have him. If not, we'll see if we can make something happen on the way back. Aaron Jones goes there. I figured as much would happen with that. GM, Flatulent Fantasy. Shocked that somebody was actually up this morning. I figured I was just going to be firing it off before work, doing it myself. Good to see somebody up at these ridiculous hours. I don't know what time zone you're in, but it's 5:40 a.m. local time here. Caleb goes over to the DJ Moore drafter. Left him for you there. You're welcome. Figured maybe you had enough other stuff you'd play in there with Pearsall and Olave and Waddle and Malik Neighbors, but Caleb it is for you. I get it. Question is, can I get Travis Hunter? I mean, nobody should take him. I'm always worried about pushing him with the double, though. Like, do you just take him here and be done with it? It kind of might be the thing. Iffy proposition. I feel like you don't want to lose out on that when you have it. So it's like, do you take him at, what is it, 109, or push him all the way back to 130? I mean, you hope people won't do it. 1, 2, 3 badgeless. I would think it's probably safe. We might just push it around. It's a puppy. See what happens. I'll make the decision when it gets here. Don't want to get boxed out at quarterback, but still, before the schedule, don't necessarily want to make yourself thin either. Justin Fields. I've seen Goff fall way further than that lately. That's at 99. I think I've seen him fall into like the 120-ish. Jonnu over there. There went Brock Purdy. That was one of my outs. Do we just play into the Bears offense? That might be an idea. I got something we might try and do here. See what happens in these next two picks. Would I like? Yeah, it's probably not terrible. He takes Kelsey. I think I'm going to do. Yep. We'll get pieces of the Bears offense if it's going to be good. And Jordan Mason, 0352. Going to try and push Tila all the way back around for my double stack. Pieces of the Bears offense without Caleb Williams. Interesting, huh? The offense is going to be good. It's going to score points. But I couldn't get the quarterback back to me, so I'll just take point scores from that. I'm probably a 2 tight end build. I'll just stop at Hawk and Loveland. Yeah, I think that'd be all right. I hate pushing tight end up because I feel like there's so much value later. But when you're on the turn, you don't have a lot of options because you got a long wait before stuff gets back. Get really ugly if I get boxed out at a quarterback from T-Law here. But big tournament, you got to push some stuff. Especially when you're taking Hunter there that early, I feel like you just got to push it. If I get into something stupid later, play the Packers or the Colts, I guess. Something ugly. But you would think, I mean, with enough badges and whatnot, you're hoping that he's far enough down, people aren't just going to take him for no reason. These guys should need some running backs at this point. You never know in these $5 puppies. People do what they want. I get it. Sometimes I do too. For the audio listeners, 0352. McCaffrey, Travion Henderson, Jordan Mason, BTJ, Travis Hunter, Tep McMillan, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland. Got all the Bears. No Caleb. Hollywood and Bateman seem to be fixtures down here. They're just like advance rate type pieces. If you don't have the quarterback and score enough. I mean, Hollywood seems kind of sketchy. Bateman probably more solidified there. Was hoping maybe Kyle Williams would get back and I could stack Travion and Drake May with him. That's not going to happen. You can see the board starting to tighten up more little by little. You can't get some of the stacks you could get a little while ago. Oh, Diggs went one before the Kyle Williams draft, or maybe he was hoping to get them there. Oh, no, he's got 2 quarterbacks already. Probably wasn't thinking about May yet. Question is, do I take May and take some of the ancillary pieces later with Henderson? I got 2 tight ends, Hunter Henry's later. I don't know if I want 3. Probably not. I got a thought here for the turn if it makes it there. Jordan Love goes there. That was one of my thoughts. So that thought out the window currently. Ramondre goes there. Wasn't really interested in double tapping the Patriots backfield at that rate. Will I be able to get the next one back there? We could try it, huh? And that way, if some shit happens, get the T-Law stack with one of them. Question is, what do I want to do with the second one? Another running back or a wide receiver? Let's see here. That's kind of interesting. I think with not having the schedule, I'm going to get J.J. McCarthy with T.J. Hockenson. What I'm hoping for there is some sort of bring back in the playoff weeks with the Chicago players. Apologies to the Addison and Justin Jefferson drafters. Let's see if I can get a 3 quarterback build out of this. With Bryce maybe down here. If I don't, it sucks, but that's a good piece either way. 2-3-6-2. Trevor Lawrence double stacked with Travis Hunter, BTJ, JJ McCarthy, Jordan Mason game stacked, TJ Hockenson, passing game stacked. Christian McCaffrey, Travion Henderson, the one-off running backs, Tet McMillan, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, Chicago passing game pieces. If I'm going to go ahead and order my words correctly. You guys watching this? Do you like having the board over here better, or you like the player queue? That's totally you guys' call. I just try and do it so you guys can see what's going on. I'm open to anything. Don't really have a preference, but sometimes I feel like it's better. You can see the board, see where certain players are falling, especially with new information like players getting traded. Hopefully getting a little bit better at the streaming thing too and making it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing for anyone. 2 or 3 quarterback build. If Bryce gets there, I'm taking him. I could get in one of the Carolina passing game pieces. I've got other ideas too. Some interesting thoughts over there. Hey, why did that not queue? That was weird. Don't like that. Try that one more time, and we'll give that the old refresh, because sometimes with the overlay on there, it seems like it wants to lag. Definitely has nothing to do with the fact that I built this computer myself, and it's probably not running extremely optimally. Or it entirely has everything to do with that. Not the biggest fan of taking Bryce this early, but for the stack with Tet, if it's there, I think it's probably the right thing to do. How are my running backs? McCaffrey, Henderson, Mason. I don't hate it. I could tack on 2 more late. I am also open to the 3rd tight end later without the schedule. Right. That's right. I know there's a way I could do it. I figured out how to do it. I'd lose so much of the overlay or something would get buried behind it. That's what I'm saying. Like I'll show you here in a second. I know how to do it, I think. At this pick. Let's pull it up and get a double stack here with Thielen and Bryce. So double stack Tet and Thielen with, I've got 3 quarterbacks, 3-3-6-2. JJ McCarthy, I've got Jordan Mason in the game stack with Hawk. Trevor Lawrence double stacked BTJ and Hunter. Bryce double stacked with Thielen and Tet. 2-3-6-2. I'll find the rest of it that I'm going to fill out when it gets back to me. 3-3-6-2. Sorry if I said 2-3. Yeah, what I was saying with the overlay is like I can. Let's see how you do this. What's the best way to do this? I can have this one off. I guess go to this. I could just take the overlay off. And then if I'm there, I could actually put this over here and make this smaller. But I would have to redo my overlay and figure it out. But there is a way where if I make it small enough, but you lose some of the board is what sucks. So it's like you got to make them both small enough. I guess. Yeah, see, you're always fighting. Right there's about the smallest you can make it. So that's about as much of it as you can get. That's what I was always trying to figure out. I figure the board's probably better. That, and I can also fill up my queue if I need to with stuff like that. I don't know. I'll keep playing with it. As you guys are watching, you can give me whatever pointers you want. I'll see if I can make it better on my end as well. Because I know what it's like watching. There's certain things you want to see, or there's certain things that are more helpful. So I'll try and do it as we're going. Make it work for everyone. But yeah, you see what I'm working with there? That's the idea. I don't have as much time to mess around with it as other people, but a little bit at a time, and always anything from the viewing audience is helpful. Keenan Allen at 170. I wonder when if he's going to sign or if he's going to retire or what. I'm going to need some running backs coming back, but I think there will be some in this range. Quarterback button's off. I'm definitely not taking a fourth quarterback. I feel like I stacked these ones up well. I guess other people I could think about are him for fun. See, this is also what's fun about having the board up is I can load up my queue, and then you're not as worried about people sniping you when you're streaming. That's the main reason to have the overlay and show the board. As far as I'm concerned, might be a 2 tight end build unless I can get somebody at the tail end of the 17th. It's kind of what I think at this point. I've got 3 decent running backs, 2 with volume and 1 that should see some goal line work. All right, we could do that for the game stack there. I don't hate that. Who else? Maybe Devin Neal. He seems like he could get some work. Do I have my ranks anything different? Yeah, I think I don't hate that. We'll do that, and we'll take Devin Neal, I think, here. Or do I want someone else? Yeah, it's a good upside play. And it's in the same division as the Panthers where I've got the game stack there. So 3-4-7-2, triple stack Bryce, Thielen, Coker, Tet McMillan, T-Law double stack BTJ, Travis Hunter, JJ McCarthy with his tight end, hopefully the safety blanket for the young. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I just didn't want to be fumble fucking with my phone as much. And I figured if I put the board over here, you guys can watch the board. Anything that you notice or, anything that you're inquisitive about, I'm sure somebody will hear something from it in the chat. And then that way I just have this over here and I can kind of see about, where ADP wise we're still, I can watch that at the same time. Debating stuff like if I want to take the third tight end, that kind of stuff. I feel like this team's all right though. Do I go with the 8th receiver? Because I kind of don't have much of a stack going on. I might do that. Take 2 more another running back, 5 running backs, and then a wide receiver. 2 tight end build. A little risky, but probably the way to do it at this point in the tournament. I mean, it's going to be a while before we get more information, or a weeking. I guess we'll have the schedule, so that'll help some. Then I'll know if this 2 tight end or 3 tight end build is the idea. Best part about this is I can do these sometimes and not even be late for work if I can get in these 20-second ones. That was the most godsend thing about the 20-second clock. I was like, wow, I can actually get up and do them before work now if I want to. Anything down here that crazy? Jalen Royals, is that to the Mahomes draft or no? Just takes. Okay. Mason Taylor up to 148. He was who I was thinking, but I didn't realize he went that far early. This might be a 2 tight end build. I've got an idea of my last wide receiver I can take if I take a running back here. Or do I get my 3rd tight end? I kind of like the 3rd tight end, huh? Nah, I might keep it at 2. I like another receiver here more, I think, at the end. Blake Corum goes there. I mean, I think down here, if I'm going to take a handcuff running back, Will Shipley seems like a good one. And then we'll take Ty Felton for the last piece of the Minnesota stack. Give J.J. McCarthy another toy since all the other ones I didn't get to play with. So just hawking Ty Felton. 3-5-8-2. Good stacks with all the players. We got Trevor Lawrence stacked up with what should be his 2 primary pass-catching weapons, BTJ and Travis Hunter. J.J. McCarthy. Jordan Mason in the game stack. Ty Felton, last wide receiver, stacked up. TJ Hawkinson stacked up as well. Bryce with the triple stack. Tet McMillan, Adam Thielen, Jalen Coker. 3-5-8-2. Have any favorite? The one that I've kind of been running into, and Huhames was on this as well. I like where Pat Bryant's going. If you can get him in these last couple rounds, he got day 2 draft capital. Yeah, round 3. So day 2 draft capital. Pat Bryant's a good one down there. If I'm in the right build for it. Where did he go in this draft? I would think he did. I didn't really. Pat Bryant went to, where is that at? Okay, so yeah, he went down. I like Pat Bryant there. I'm trying to see. Tesla, if you're in a Lions build, is interesting. I don't know how much work he'll get, though. I like Tutu Atwell down when you're down here. If you have a Ram or 49ers or Cardinals just for something in a bring back. Ty Felton's a good one. I'm looking down here who else I like as far as sleepers. I think I've been clicking more Keenan Allen down here, just waiting to see because I feel like he's going to shoot up. Sleepers. I'm trying to think. Pat Bryant's my real main one. As far as like the rookies down here, I think could move up. As far as you're looking at sleepers, I'm thinking 16, 17, 18. Pat Bryant, Tutu's the one I like. Devin Neal, I like just because we don't know what's going to happen in New Orleans. Kendra didn't really have much of a run out. He, that could just been the coaching staff too, but Kamara's, he's 30 years old. Dylan Sampson's another interesting one for running backs just because you don't know what Cleveland's such a mess. There's some stuff down here we're wrong on or totally mispriced on. I would think those are good candidates for what we could be wrong on. Definitely ask me that every week, and I might have a new flavor of the week. I have people I click down here. That's for certain. Close that one up. Yeah, and I'm always torn between, do I want the player queue up here? I guess it's what do you want to do? What do you want to see as a viewing audience? That's going to do it for me, guys. I got to get to work. Like it says down here on the overlay, do me a favor, like and sub the stream. I'll be doing these, like it says over here, at any hour. So turn on your notifications. You want to jump in. I'll try and give you a little bit more of a warning. Appreciate you coming out, Flatulent. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for coming in, everybody. I'm your host, Anthony. This has been Best Ball on Call, early AM edition. Thanks for kicking a puppy with me. We'll catch you guys next time.